And if you see it, so these are the indicator. This is the M&E plan that I have at the moment. And these are the indicators. Column F, these are the indicators. And then I'm not sure if Kai has already explained, but World Vision has a so-called compendium indicator. And some of the indicators we can adapt from this compendium indicator of, from World Vision. And if we adapt these, this is a global level, like a common indicator that we are all assigned to use for our project. When we are, when we have a, this is sort of the assigned by the Global Center. And if we adapt these indicators, then we already got the tools to measure these indicators. So that means you don't have to develop any tools for these indicators. And yep, so we are going to send you the file to you, but I am right now working on the indicators and just comparing like which one would be same or we can adapt from the compendium indicator. And like this one, these are the indicators that we can borrow from compendium indicator. And some of the indicators, we don't have a compendium indicator, but these are mostly like just accounting indicators, like number of community centers created or upgraded that have women-friendly equipment enough inside and outside. So these are like at the baseline, the number is 0, as you can probably understand. And we don't really need to measure anything for this indicator. But is it possible for us to ask you to develop like a compilation form so that like, or is it too much to ask? I don't know if this is something that we can ask consultant to develop. Do you know compilation file? Like we don't ask them to develop any tools for these counting type of indicator, but instead, if we can ask them to, develop one like an Excel sheet and saying like monthly or like biannually for this indicator, like we think for biannually.
This indicator is just fair if we already put in the TOR for consultant. Let's check is the output or outcome level.
This is the output level.
Yes.
Output.
Yes. If output level and if we not yet put in the TOR, the contract with the consultant is I think it's not suitable to ask the consultant.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, I remember to check review again, and this is also not it's also is simple.
Yeah, it's not a complicated sheet or anything. So okay, so we are now asking this for consultant. Okay. Yeah. So so basically, most of the indicators, like we already have tools from either partnership like a Global Center or our previous project of human trafficking project in the past. So so how much would you like me to explain about indicator? If we go one by one, then it will take a lot of time. Do we still need to do it?
I think that we need to do it one by one, some important indicator as a goal and the outcome level, so that we have some understanding what we mean about the tool already has, and to Mr. Kwang to see how the tool World Vision look like. Okay. And also some, for example, he also asked me about the violence. What does it mean violent? Our definition about the physical violence. Yeah. For example, so you can come with a goal
Okay. So this is a goal level indicator.
Yes.
And I think you know about our project. This is a trafficking project, prevention project. And we mainly target mountainous women and girls. And when we say women and girls, the age range is 12 to 29, I mean, below 30. And for girls, we say 12 to below 18. And women, we say 19 to below 30. So these are the two main groups that we target for our project. So the goal statement is like this. Women and girls aged 12 to 30 in Mon Cha and Tuan Châu districts, Dien Bien provinces of Vietnam are empowered to mitigate the risks on human trafficking and violence against women and children. So when we say violence, it will include physical and psychological abuse, exploitment, neglect, and also like trafficking is also a part of it, and early forced marriage is also one of them. And Kai, I think you can add the more about these definitions.
I think that we can look the tool we have, because normally the tool the questionnaire that already includes. So you have the questionnaire there.
Yeah, but I don't think this question is suited for this indicator though. But this is the one I received from M&E team. So these are the okay, according to the questions. I don't think this is the right question.
Yes, that's the issue.
Yeah.
Yes, in my opinion, if you have the provision have developed some of the tools, we can use it and adapt it, or create more to suitable to this survey. So it's no problem. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, right now I'm still working on it, and Kai and I will have a meeting tomorrow morning, and then we will finalize the questions, and we will send it to you. Is it okay?
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
And yeah. The next indicator is a proportion of women and girls who are trafficked in the past 12 months. This is count number, and we can use data collector secondary data.
No. Secondary data. Yes. From
Counting method.
This is basically a counting method. But like, yeah, I need to discuss it with you, Kind, before. Yeah, but I mean, I was wondering about this victim identification criteria, actually. So like we can use the secondary data, but also I wanted to clarify what is the victim identification criteria.
Yeah, and Mr. Kwang also asked me how we gather this information. For example, if you want to provide primary data from community, so we also design the question. If we just identify the data from government, we just ask the government reports. And if you want to design more question to check when we ask the children and also the women in the community.
Okay. Well, what I'm thinking is it's probably good to ask questions to CPC.
Yes.
Yep. Because the concept of this project is, the child protection mechanism is all set, and all the report is all the cases, possible cases are reported to our child protection committee. So like when we say the number of cases reported, that means the cases that CPC has been reported. So reported meaning official, right?
Yes.
So
Okay.
yeah,
This
that's
is
the reason why.
official.
Yeah, so so the official case. Is it clear? Maybe not.
Yeah, it's okay. That's all right.
Yeah, please ask questions if it's not clear.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, so for this indicator, I would like to ask questions to CPC. Maybe we can also use the secondary data from like a People's Committee or public security.
It's okay. We have the Dolisa is the functional department that in charge of gathering information of victim and support the victim.
But also, like, I think I would like to have information from CPC as well.
Yes.
So also this one, proportion of women and girls who feel that their community is a safe place for them. And for this indicator, we have a compendium indicator, but this is slightly different. The compendium indicator states proportion of parents or caregivers who feel that their community is a safer place for children. So we have to adjust a little bit. But the current question, like current tools that we have for this indicator is, okay, like how safe do you feel your children are from danger and violence in your neighborhood? They are safe most of the time. They are safe some of the time. I don't feel that they are safe. But I think we need to change, it's not your children, but yourself.
Yes.
And we are asking questions to women.
Okay. Yes.
And girls. Question. And I think in sequel to this question, we also ask this question. If you do not feel your children are safe most of the time, what's the main reason? Number one, traffic-related danger, to lack of safe places to play, gang-related problems, drugs and alcohol, other violence, other crime such as robbery or vandalism. 7, sexual harassment and rape. 8, pollution and environmental hazards. 9, others specify.
Okay.
So these are the, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The next one is, this is the outcome 1 level question. The outcome 1, we have women who are 19 to 30 years old are empowered to protect themselves and peers from the risks of violence against women and children, trafficking in persons, through participating activities and mingling with peers at community center. So like how much the activities at the community center will impact women's to empower and protect themselves. So that's what we would like to measure. The first, this is the activity statement, and then indicator would be proportion of women who know of the presence of services and mechanism to receive and respond to reports of violence against women and girls, including trafficking in persons. So this is like to measure the knowledge level of women and girls. And we do have a compendium indicator for this. So, but like the other one, we have to adjust a little bit because this compendium indicator targets adolescents, not women. But the
Yes,
original,
yeah.
compendium. Yeah. The questions that we have is like this: if something bad happened to you, such as if you are being abused, like physically or sexually, or if you are being neglected or exploited by someone, do you know about services that can help you safely? Yes, no, don't know. And then the sequel to this question, the next question is, what would prevent you from being able to use these services if you needed them? Number one, I'm scared of what my family or friends would say or do if they find out. Two, I don't trust the services or the people who work there. Number three, I don't think the people who work there will listen to me or believe me. Four, it's against my religion or my cultural practices. Five, they do not speak the same language as me. Six, I don't have enough money to pay for transportation or the services. Another reason. So this is like a question we have. The second indicator for the same activity.
Can we wait a moment for this question? So, and Quang, Mr. Quang, you have any comment for if you ask question like this, and so the woman can understand and can answer. You have the way to convert to Vietnamese more simple this more common words.
Yeah, that's all right. We can adapt it to understandable language and easy for the people at the locality. Yes, that's no problem.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay, so the next indicator is proportion of women willing to report an issue related to violence against women and children and trafficking in persons to a relevant local government. And this is also similar. I mean, we have a compendium indicator, which is quite similar for this indicator, but it's a proportion of adults who would report a case of child abuse. So we have to revise a little bit. And the question we have is, does your community have services where you can report cases of suspected physical or sexual abuse of a child? And yes or no. And after that, we will ask this question: if you suspected that a child in the community was being abused physically or sexually, would you feel safe reporting it? Yes, no. And then if yes, where would you go to report it? Or who would you speak to? And this is a specific answer that we receive.
For example, here we can have the word with services, and normally the people don't understand the service to report. Maybe they have some, for example, in the Vietnam we have the national child protection hotline 911, or we have they name the member of the people committee or the police. Yeah. So this case is if we use this question like this, we have some difficult for women and children to answer.
So would you suggest that we should give out some of the examples, like you said, like one hotline 111, or some examples here?
Yeah. I think it should be a combination and have some three option for them.
Okay.
For example, if they can know report to 911 is we can think that they know the service. They can report to the police. The commute, I think, is they already know the service to report, or they can report to the head of the village. Yes, yes. Also, So if we so the service here should be more specified to some option.
Okay. So then, like, we can say others. Like this.
Yeah, you already have here, but that sometimes because if they say no, they don't have. Maybe they also say yes if is have yet answer for the following question. Some cases, sometimes, for example, they don't know service, but they know the 911 and the police.
Okay.
Yes. So we will think a little bit to design the question. Yes. Do you, Mr. Kwang, you understand my
point?
I see. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So because we are now asking them to measure these output indicators.
Yes.
I'm gonna go down to outcome 2.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So outcome 2. This is outcome for girls, like a child club activity for girls mainly. So like this outcome 2, the goals. I mean, outcome 2 statement is girls are empowered to protect themselves and peers from the risks of violence against children and TAP through participating activities. So, and the indicator is proportion of girls aged 12 to 18, under 18, who know of the presence of services and mechanisms to receive and respond to reports of violence against girls, including trafficking in person. And we're supposed to have compendium tools for this indicator, but I haven't found it yet. I'm asking Mr. Hoa to give me this question. So, sorry, I'll send it to you later. But we have a question for this. Kind, do you have any points to note?
Let me check. But when we develop question for EVA project, yeah, maybe we have the two question for this.
Yep.
And you can yeah, add some missing point if the Mr. Hoa Văn Hoàn not yet have tool for us. So and you can put it and give to Mr. Quang.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So sorry. I'm going to work with Kind tomorrow. So after we finish
Yes.
filing, yeah, we will send it to you.
Yes.
Okay, so next would be outcomes 3 indicator. So outcome 3 is like mainly it's livelihood, economic development outcomes for women and girls. So the statement is women and girls are empowered through strengthening their economic status. Like we provide them a vocational training, or we try to have some like a job information fair thing, so that like more women and girls will be access, or like will get the job for them. So that's the sort of that's the idea for this outcome. And the indicator for this outcome is proportion of household with women and girls have annual income increased by at least 20%. And again, this one seems like we have a compendium indicator, but I haven't got the tools for this indicator yet. I'm asking Mr. Hoa. So yeah, I will collect it before tomorrow, by tomorrow.
If we don't have, so can Mr. Quang develop this?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
And this one, proportion of women and girls who have a learning opportunity that leads to a productive life. This is a tough one, and I don't think we have a compendium indicator.
Yes. What is a productive lie? Productive lie about the physical, about the mental, about the spirits.
Percent of women.
Yeah, productive lie just mean about the for livelihoods or I don't.
Yeah, I think.
Specify for mental point.
Yeah, I think the main idea is that they can start earning some money and they can support themselves.
And which count is a learning opportunity? Agriculture, agriculture or employment.
Yeah, like we will provide some vocational trainings. Let's see.
Yeah, orientation. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we should have we need to have the more definition. So that's Mr. Quang know how to develop.
Okay. So I think we need to ask Mr. Kwan to develop some questions for this indicator. This is, I think, one of the big one.
Yes, we can do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then,
Mr. Quang, you have any similar tool you can share with us so we can check if you already have some tool for this indicator?
Because sorry for this. Because I cannot read it very clearly in the same screen. So yeah, okay. Let me have a look it clearly on the indicators here.
So yeah.
this, can you see it?
Proportion of household with we have two indicator we need support.
Yeah. Well, we will send it to you. So please take our time and think about it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yes. You can call
Yep. Okay, so outcome 4. This is the indicator for the child protection system in the community. And if the community is able to protect women and girls, by providing some services. So the outcome 4 statement is communities are empowered to provide safe environment for women and girls from violence against women and children and trafficking in persons. The first indicator is proportion of users reporting improved quality of child protection service. And this one, we have a compendium indicator, but I don't have a tool yet. So I have to collect it. And the second indicator, number of cases responded by CPC or local government annually will decrease. And the compendium indicator is proportion of adolescents who report having experienced any physical violence in the past 12 months. So the compendium indicator only focuses on the adolescents, but we have to expand the target because it's not just for the adolescents. But the current tool that we have is this. In the last 12 months, how often has anyone hurt you in any of the following ways? Choose only one for each question below. So we have to revise a little bit because this is the question that asking to adolescents.
Yes, we just change for woman or for girl is for because we have two separate question there. Okay.
Yep. No. Yeah, the first one made you uncomfortable by standing too close or touching you. Shouted or screamed. Shouted or screamed at you, never once, 2 or 3 times, 4 or more times. Kind, I don't think this is the same indicator as ours, though.
Oh, what do you mean?
Okay. So instead of asking CPC, this compendium indicator is asking adolescents directly, like if they have experienced this kind of experience before. But I think for our indicator, we would like to ask CPC how many cases that they receive and how many cases they responded in response to the report. So I think we need to revise this. Or Mr. Kwan, have you ever developed any tools similar to this indicator? Were you able to see this indicator?
Yes.
Do you see it?
Yes. If we have the piece of information that we need to collect, we can develop the tools.
Okay.
Yes.
This is more like accounting, I think.
Yes.
But I think that the point is like how to identify the case, like how we say this is a case or not. You know, if this is a trafficking case or this is a violence case, we have to kind of identify, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I think that's the difficult part.
Also we should define because the case responded by CBC. Here we have, for example, we have 7 commute.
Yep.
So when writing the report, we should have some of the. I think that we should have cái anh Quang cái số bình quân cho cả cái 7 cái for 7 cái CBC cái commute này không thì mình sẽ không thể. If not, we cannot have the number to report for the project.
Okay.
Number of case per commute. Average some if we count totally. For example, we have 7 commute. We can after we survey, we have the number for total for 7, or we have average for cases for per commute per year.
Per year.
Yes, annually.
Okay. So maybe we can collect those data from CPC.
Yeah, we should have to collect from CPC. We have for example, we have for the beginning year, now is 2020, and each year we collect and we see the increase or decrease or increase. So this kind of counting.
Yeah.
Counting. So.
Yeah. But I mean, for this indicator, I think the point is it's not just the cases reported to CPC, but the number of cases that CPC responded. Yeah.
Yes. And we have the definition of what is responses.
Right, that's right.
Yes.
So response is like case management with rehabilitation and protection, refer the information to justice for prosecution.
Oh, yes. So case management, yes, or
yeah.
refer, yeah, okay. And they have evidence for that?
Okay. And refer the victims or service providers when necessary. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I think we need to revisit this indicator as well tomorrow. The last indicator is a proportion of parents, caregivers who feel that their community is a safe place for women and girls. And we have compendium indicator for this. Proportion of parents or caregivers who feel that their community is a safe place for children, but this is not going to be a children, it's a women and girls. And the question, like tool we have is, how safe do you feel your, not children, but women and girls from danger and violence in your neighborhood? They are safe most of the time. They are safe some of the time. I think we use the same indicator at the goal level or something.
But the problem here, Chibu-san.
Yep.
Because we don't have the questionnaire for the community, for caregiver. Here we have only questionnaire for children and for the women.
Yep.
And so which questionnaire will have this provide information for this indicator? I mean that only the questionnaire for women.
Okay. So we also need to develop a question for caregivers.
We don't prepare the sample for caregiver. We just ask woman and girl. As Mr. Kwang proposed for us that we just interview the woman and the girl. And we don't have, we think we only have this indicator that needs the caregiver. Because many is a woman from 18 to 30, they are parents.
Right. That's right. That's right. Okay. Okay. So this is the question should be asked to the parents or caregivers, not the women and girls themselves. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we maintain keep this indicator, it means that we have to ask more sample, survey sample for caregiver, like one.
Right. Okay. Okay. We need to think through how we are going to ask this question.
Vậy là sẽ phải thêm VS about 300 household survey.
Okay, so this is a quantitative survey for this indicator. Kind?
Yeah. Can we combine, because actually, yeah, sometimes women ask the parents. So if you want to ask more, I just consider like if you want we have more this indicator. We have household and some interview double. Okay. Double.
Okay. Mr. Kwan, I'm sorry that some of the indicators are still like undecided, but Kai and I will have a meeting tomorrow morning, and we will finalize questions. We're collecting more questionnaire from relevant officers in World Vision Vietnam, so we can send you the finalized version. Maybe, I don't know, Kai, when can we send it to them?
You mean after we review?
Yep. Maybe towards the end of this week, we aim.
Yeah, I think that because anh Quang, you were so busy this week.
Yeah, yes, when you finalize, you just send us. Yeah.
Okay, we will do it.
Your Friday is okay.
Yes,
Friday.
Friday is okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So sorry, we just show you some of the like a very rough idea.
But we also have the outputs one. We have 1, 2, 3 indicator.
Yep.
We put in the TOR. Output
Yeah.
one. Proportion of women using community center more than once a month. We can ask the question to the questionnaire for women about how many times they visit the community center.
Right.
Yes. And proportion of parent and woman group leader who demonstrate sufficient knowledge on prevention of violence against women. Women are empowered life skill. Proportion of parent and woman group leader who demonstrate sufficient knowledge. Does that mean that we ask? Do you have? Can you? If we have to.
I don't think we have tools for them, but the first question, proportion of women using community center. This is really not the question. I think we just need to make an attendance list, right? And it's a very simple counting method.
No, but now we ask for their status as now, and then we will counting for the end of this year. Every year we count, but now we should have asked for baseline status.
Yeah, but we don't have a community center yet.
No, they already have some kind of village center.
Okay. So we need to ask some questions to find out, like what is the proportion of women using those community centers at the moment.
Yes.
Okay.
We can identify how many percent of women they come to the village center. One time a month or less than one time a month. So we have that for current state.
Right. But what is the total number of women who are supposed to use community center? We need to have that number first, and then we need to count so that we are able to come up with a proportion, right?
Yes, we have total women. We interview, for example, 392 as a sample. We interview.
Okay. So we have to find out how many women out of 392 are actually using community center.
More than once a month, yes. Sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I don't have the question. So maybe we need to ask Mr. Kwan.
Yes, it's very simple.
I put Mr. Kwan here already.
Yes.
Okay.
Promotion of parent and woman. Here we have the name of parent and woman. So that means that caregiver, parents and woman, group leader, who demonstrates.
Hold on. Which one are you talking about?
The output one, the indicator. Women are empowered with skill to protect themselves and children from violence.
Okay, so proportion of parents and women's group leaders. This one.
Yeah. So parent here, I think it should change to is a woman, proportion of woman. It's a more meaningful here because the output says about the woman in power. So here the indicator should be the woman and the woman group leader, or we call proportion of women who demonstrates a sufficient knowledge on prevention. I think it's meaningful.
But what about the parents of girls? I think that these parents meaning the parents. No, this is outcome. Ooh, that's right.
It's the output.
Right. The target is only women. That's right, but I don't know. Let's see. Let me see.
Because if we put the name parent here, that means we should have the questionnaire in the caregiver survey questionnaire.
Right. But let me see. Let me check.
Also have only in the woman questionnaire.
Right. Yeah, I know what you mean. But let me check. Okay. Okay. I don't have it. No. I think I'm just looking at our proposal to MOFA, and somehow we put parents here as well. So if we are gonna change, if we delete parents, we have to report the change of the indicator. So
I think we don't change, but we understand. We can use that words, but for parent here is mean woman parents.
Yeah. Women's parents, yeah?
Yes. We
Okay.
don't want, I think we don't change. But we
Okay.
understand and definition we should explain.
Okay. I just put parentheses here. Okay. And for this,
and women active to join women clubs, proportion of women.
And I think this one we also need to ask.
What does it mean is active?
Active.
Active that means that.
Active meaning participating refers to attending at least one meeting on average each month.
Yes.
So we can just develop a question for this.
Yes. So yes. It's no need to develop. Maybe it's 0.
Yeah. From starting.
Yes, starting. But we also need to ask some question to check if we rise.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. And also, Mr. Kwon, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if Kain has already mentioned or not, but because this project is also about women's empowerment, it's a gender project, not just a trafficking project. We are planning to do some gender household survey to go with this baseline survey. So, I mean, for the gender part, I'm not asking you to develop any questions, but we are developing it and working with some Japanese professors at the universities. So like when we do the data collection, we are going to ask the data collector to ask those questions as well, not just the baseline questions. Have you already explained that to them, Kain?
I also mentioned Mr. Kwang, but please specify. You need some information about gender, about the quantity or quality for group discussion or for the quantity to put as a data. When we put it in the questionnaire for girl and for women.
I need to work it on. So can I just send you the information by Friday?
Yes, if you want to integrate some of the questions, some piece of information to be collected regarding to the gender issues, just send us early so we can integrate it into the questionnaire.
Yep, yep.
Because we have to arrange it in a chronological form so that the conversation or the interview will be taken place smoothly. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So I think I'm good though. Kind.
Yes. So anh Quang, if we have to keep the indicator under outcome 4 about user reporting. Proportion of parent caregiver who feel that their community is a safe place. Proportion of parent caregiver would report case of violence, and proportion of user reporting in improved quality of child protection service outcome. So if we keep the caregiver parent here, we should ask one questionnaire for household the caregiver. Is that mean that both parent, men and woman parents, we ask more one questionnaire.
Yes, we can. I think so.
Okay.
Questionnaire for, you mean, if just
For
some
caregiver,
answers.
yes, so for parent, woman and men. You understand what I mean? We need one more questionnaire, set of questionnaire.
Really?
Maybe you can say that in Vietnamese.
That means we have to define another subject for doing a survey. For example,
But you know that. Oh, yeah. I just wonder if only one some question, but we ask to. Tức là chỉ có một câu hỏi này mà mình sẽ phải có một bảng hỏi nữa và cho khoảng 300 mẫu chỉ hỏi riêng cho các người chăm sóc trẻ ở các gia đình.
không cần, mình cứ hỏi trong cái nhóm phụ nữ ấy.
Thì em đang thuyết phục chị là dùng ở trong cái nhóm phụ nữ kia luôn này là woman, mình sẽ hiểu cái caregiver parent đây là woman luôn, thì nó sẽ phân tích nó tập trung hơn. Chứ còn bây giờ mà thiết kế một bảng hỏi các gia đình, hỏi gia đình xong chỉ hỏi cái này không thôi này, nhưng mà có thể hỏi đó, và có thể hỏi thêm về cái kinh tế kia nữa. Kinh tế kia chỉ có phụ nữ thôi.
We can integrate that question into the questionnaire for women. And then we have further information from discussing with men groups. That is a way. So other than we have to define another 300 men for interviewing, just for about 10 questions. It depends on years. You can design, but I can integrate the questionnaire for caregivers, for parents, into the questionnaire for women.
No, we don't have Thanh Trung there.
Just think about the solution, and then you might discuss and finalize later, I think.
Yes.
And otherwise, if you determine to find another 300 men for interviewing, or another 3 household heads for interviewing, I think it's all right with the sufficient number of local enumerators.
So what do you mean? Sorry, probably I don't really understand what you are talking, but so what you mean is like we need to increase like 300 plus target.
Because outcome 4 is about the community, not women only. In outcome 3, outcome 2, we have girl and women. So we have developed question. We ask girl and woman only.
Right.
But outcome 4 is the community. It does
Right.
mean that our project have other communication event so that more men or other member in the community they
Right.
know about the child protection service.
Yep.
So here we ask for more, not other caregiver, parents, women and girls, and women and adults, and old people, also old people,
Yep.
about the feeling about the community safe or not. And so it's yes, laser, not
Sample.
woman. Yeah, so we need question here. We need to ask more. For example, 300 caregiver.
Like we have 300 women and girls for the to ask questions at the moment, but
I mean that we
we
design
have 300 more.
integrated integrated in the woman question, or we should have interviews in separately.
Which do you recommend? Like, I have a feeling like we should ask like a separate questions to men and other community members. But
Yes, but Anh Quang is only one question, so I think is we can ask quickly, and so yeah, so it's not much.
well, we can discuss about it tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I have nothing to say now. Anh Quang, you have any question or? But I think that most likely are the possibility that we will have more sample for caregiver. Caregiver here we can ask. We will have the definition more to identify who is a caregiver. Sometimes we can use the women and the men. So some women they can answer the question above, but they answer some question here. So I think you should prepare that we should add more more caregiver to interview.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, that's all for me now.
I'm good.
We can stop here, Anh Quang.
Yeah, I think so. And we'll wait for the finalized indicators, log frame with indicators and some tools, and then we may do some adaptation or develop some more tools. That's okay. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and sorry that I wasn't prepared well.
Oh, that's all right. We are discussing for the okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you and bye bye.
Bye bye.
Anh Quang chào anh Minh nhá.
Rồi, xin chào, xin chào.
Just,
Sing, come on.
yeah. Bye bye.
Bye bye.